What is up, people? Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another watch along here on the Cup Chasers. That's right. Today, we're doing a little something different. We're trying a little match day madness. We're going to have our eye on 4 big games today. We've been doing some of the Coppa Italia, and so I didn't want to leave Napoli versus Como out. My man Fabregas and his men are doing fantastic over there in Italy, and I wanted to make sure that since we've been following them and we've been following the Coppa, we will have an eye on that today. And of course, it's Premier League match day. You absolutely have to love it every single time. Leeds travel to Stamford Bridge in a massive bout there for Chelsea. And for Leeds, of course, it's going to be a fantastic game, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are writing Leeds off, I think, at their peril. Honestly, they should not be doing that, of course, in my opinion. And I think that they're going to have something for them today. It's going to be difficult for Leeds. For Chelsea. I think Leeds are going to be fantastic. We'll take a look at those starting lineups. But I do want to say, on your way in, go ahead and like the video. Type it up if you got any of those left. I certainly appreciate you being here. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. It'll be a pleasure and an honor to welcome you to the community. And of course, let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section below. Who you're cheering for, who you got today, what's important, what are we thinking? West Ham United and Man United a little bit later on. Of course, we'll have an eye on Spurs versus Newcastle as well. Of course, a couple of teams struggling down there, but I'll have an eye over there as well. Just because, we can. Why not? Because we absolutely can. And I didn't think that it would be in my best interest to try juggling 4 games as far as keeping the scoreboards up. So I'm going to run them across the bottom there. If you look at the banner, the banner is the word I'm looking for there. It's going to have the scores as they come across, and these are the games that I will be following today in this watch along. Going to be focused mainly in the first half on Chelsea, and I'll have an eye on the Tottenham game, and then when those games end, we'll be able to watch the second half of the Coppa Italia and of the West Ham Manchester United game. And so then we'll shift our focus to those games, and we'll kind of catch the end of that, and we'll just do a whole – I'll have my eye on them in the beginning, but then we'll just kind of do a whole thing where we transition and watch as many games as possible, try to catch as much of the action as possible. But like I said, the main focus, just to kind of keep our minds from going crazy, will be Chelsea versus Leeds. So we'll take a look at those starting lineups. They are very, very interesting. To note some of the things that we'll be seeing out there today at the bridge. Of course, no Reece James, which is interesting. Cucurella and Gusto out wide, left and right, respectively. Of course, Chalobah in there. He's been a mainstay for a while now. Josh Achimpong gets the start next to him with Enzo Fernandez, Andre Santos, and Caicedo in the middle of the park there. Interesting that Palmer is going to be playing winger, and Esteval likewise, with João Pedro leading the line today, preferred over the lap for Roseneuer's men, but he is indeed on the bench. So too Pedro Neto, Big Booty Shield, Fofana's there, Alejandro Garnacho's there, Sar Hato. But yeah, on the other side, I think Leeds have come to battle. I think Leeds have absolutely come to battle. What's up, Prague? United, yes. I'm thinking United probably going to get their win today, their 5th consecutive win. But who knows? West Ham are desperate. West Ham do need the points. And it is at home, where many people have gotten 3 points over the last couple of seasons. Of course, it's interesting to think that West Ham might be in the flipping championship with that giant stadium. But of course, same goes for Spurs. I think it'd be funnier if Spurs went down, obviously. But yeah, the Leeds team coming to battle. You can already see, obviously, ESPN never really gets their lineups right. but at least the players are right. It looks like that Leeds and Daniel Farka have gone kind of looks defensive, but I rate Jaden Bogle going forward, especially when he has James Justin to overlap him. And I've seen Leeds play enough that I know that this role that he's going to be playing in the right kind of like a center midfield right-sided role. It's technically a winger, but they're so narrow that he won't be. It'll function more like a 3-4-2-1. I think at least I think they've got that kind of right. But also good Munson. They got 5 defenders across the back. Of course, Gruev and Amadou are going to have to be really, really big in this one. I think they've been stalwarts in the middle. And the way Bogle is going to be narrow, Aronson's going to be narrow. They're going to clog the middle of the park, which I think is going to be to their advantage and cause Chelsea to have to work down the sides. It'll be a very interesting game. You miss Bamford? Okay. I kind of hated him a lot, but a lot of people did. A lot of people did. But those were for personal reasons. I tend to hold grudges against players who beat my team. That's just that happens. Happens every now and again. Well, of course, as the men, the Warriors here walk out onto the pitch. They still got the world champions. It still says world champions. Yeah, that was. Imagine if they could have kept them. If Rafinha was still at Leeds. I like Leeds, Prague. I think they're going to be in the league for at least until next season. I think they're definitely going to be just fine. And like I said, I think they got something for Chelsea today. I think they got something for Chelsea in this one, my friend. That is for sure. Just mentioning the Spurs lineup, I think that their midfield there, Gallagher, Sarr, and Basuma has got some steel in it. The defense looks suspect right out the rip. Mickey Van de Ven, yeah, but Dragon shit, Archie Gray at right back. But Pat Matasar, Yves Basuma, and I don't think Gallagher is as shit as everyone says he is. I think that's halfway decent. Objectively speaking, obviously, I think Spurs are just in the mud completely, and I love it. Odegaard, Solanke, Xavi Simmons. I don't know. Newcastle are struggling as well, so I actually like that away kit for Newcastle, that orange and blue they got going on. I think Newcastle are just tired. I mean, you look at that lineup, it's the same. Ramsey, Willock, Elanga, Gordon, Barnes. The back line is Berg, Botman, Chow, and Trippett. I mean, it's the same for Newcastle. They're probably just so dead. Even in the picture there, Guimaraes looks tired. In the picture when they're showing the lineups. That's funny. I didn't know Carl Dallow was Welsh in goal there for Leeds. See, ESPN never gets it right. NBC here, Peacock is saying that Bogle is going to be behind James Justin instead of the other way around, which I think is right. I think that's fine. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, it was a done deal. Tonali to Arsenal was a done deal, last week. So nothing can be done in February. So, of course, we all love a good summer transfer window madness, and that might be what we're getting. But the thing about that is very interesting, Prague, is that as long as Carrick continues on and United do well and finish well, you'll be able to attract, you'll be able to be in these conversations. You'll be able to, battle in those kinds of, boardroom talks with the agents and the player. You'll be able to attract like you weren't this summer, really. I mean, you did sell the project to Bumo and Cunha, I guess. So maybe I'm waffling here, but I feel like even more so, you'll be able to have people. We're the United of old. We're still able to get you. So maybe something there. Production, of course, zooming in there on the man himself, the man of the hour, Mr. Liam Rosinho. We'll see. This looks like a very attacking lineup versus Leeds. All right, my clock's going to be with the Chelsea Leeds game, but from what I can see, Spurs and Newcastle are right on the money at the same time. Here we go. We are underway at both Stamford Bridge and 3-Point Lane. Leeds in the white and blue. James Justin up. Win a second ball. Cuckoo for Palmer. First touch is a poor one for the main man there. And so too is his second touch. Here's Nemeka out wide. In for Bogle already. Oh, is it in? Nope. Actually got out, but Leeds, of course, showing some intent right out the rip there. And maybe they're going back and forth with us, but Jaden Bogle with the underlap there. Yeah, James Justin is ahead of him, though. Leeds already saying, hey, we're not afraid to attack. We're not going to be afraid to come for it. Already saying we're not going to be afraid to come for it. Robert Sanchez hits it long. Esteval down. You got to win the second ball. That's a good touch. Esteval working hard to win it back, though. Texas say world chumps only getting one. I'm telling you, I've been telling people Leeds got it. Leeds got something for Chelsea today. I agree. I absolutely agree. Ooh, wow. Already a Newcastle corner kick. Chelsea look like they're committed to playing out. That's well done to get it to Gusto in space. Trying to play through the lines. Good D there from the tattoo man, Rodon. Gudmundsson will clear it. Got to win the second ball here. Enzo calmly done there. Whee! Oh my goodness. It bounced off Botman's knee. Or no, Dragison's knee there. The corner kick. It almost went in. So the way Leeds are set up off the ball there, it's looking like Nemeka and Aronson. It's like they're 4-4-2. Yeah. To try to make sure Chelsea can't find the opposite side of the press like they're trying to do here. That's a great find from Santos. Enzo set them on their way here with Cucurella. Oh, but he's offsides. Offsides. Was it Pedro? I think the run. Yeah. The run from João Pedro. Newcastle with the early pressure at Spurs. The second balls are going to be so very important today. It's looking like both teams are going to want to press and make the other hit it long. It'll be interesting to see how committed Leeds are to playing out from the back. Sometimes this season, I think they've been guilty of playing it safe a little bit too much and hitting it long. But with Mecha instead of Calvert-Lewin up there today, it'll be interesting to see how that changes their tendencies. It's a good pass from Gruev for Nemetra, who gives it right to Palmer. One touch stuff in the midfield. Ooh, got to get there. Got to get there. Is it Bogle that's high up? Yeah. Very interesting the way that's working out. Cucurella already gone down. We should start a counter. We should start a counter of how many times Cucurella is going to hit the floor. Wait. Full-blooded challenge from Arnau. Or never pronounce that dude's name. But Chalaba was gliding into the midfield there. It's the kind of tackle you want to see for sure. Enzo saw the run. Ball wasn't good enough there for João Pedro. He claps him. Bit of a feisty start here at the bridge. Jet Spence hits to the back post. Dragusin unable to get there. James Justin trying something pretty tricky there. Cuckoo's having none of it. The best hair in the Premier League. I mean, if Head and Shoulders haven't done a commercial with this guy yet, they're missing out. I don't know what they're doing. Chelsea with a couple of wayward touches here. Putting them in trouble here. Hey! Lemaitre needs to lock it. He's had a couple of poor balls himself, and that's what's caused Chelsea to be able to retreat here. No matter, Leeds will come again. Interesting Leeds having more of the ball here in the first 6. But Malagusto's done well. So too, Gudmundsson. It's all over his back, referee. Absolutely all over his back. Here's Chalobah. Ball across for Xavi Simons in the box here. Oh. Spursy that. Spursy that. It's looking like they're going to activate their press when Chalobah gets the pass from Achampong. Chelsea have done well out here to get it wide. That's a good ball into the channel for João Pedro. Viol is there. He does very well. Does very, very well. Only clears it though as far as Andre Santos here. Enzo is going to try to find Cole Palmer over the top. Or that was Gusto. Palmer appearing in interesting places. Malagusto retreating. Definitely a foul. Is he getting a yellow already? He is indeed. The willingness of Gudmundsson to press the ball forward costed Malagusto there as he couldn't get back quickly enough. Thought his team. I don't know if you got to do that there. I don't know if you necessarily have to do that there. You can just run with him. But Gusto booked. Now they're going to get at him. They're going to want to get at him. Oy. Meanwhile, Newcastle coming forward. Here's Joe Willock's going to take that shot. Oh, my goodness. Almost to the back post there. It's holding it. Doing one of these. Eddie Howe applauds the effort. Soon I might get booked for that one. Chelsea holding the high line for this free kick. It's a straight, flat ball to the back post. That's just wasteful from Bogle. Sanchez looking to get him going quickly. Malagusto. Palmer to help out, but they go back too slow, and Leeds have found their shape. You got to have a better touch, Esteval. Oh, that was almost a good pass. João Pedro picking up the pieces and trying to find his fellow Brazilian in space. I like the idea. João Pedro's got some decent ideas. I haven't seen any. Oh, my goodness. He's down like a sack of potatoes. That must be a training drill that Chelsea do. Falling down like a sack of potatoes. Newcastle starting the better team, the 3-point lane. I think it wins another corner. Meanwhile, Aaronson's won it off of Gusto here. Gudmundsson might be in trouble here. Feeling the effects of that one. Barnow has it now. Justin goes all the way back. And they'll recycle. Gotta win the second one. Enzo battling with Justin. Lucky that. It's pulled back there as he's lost the ball. I think he's lucky to get that foul there. Rob Jones. We know he's something. We'll put it that way. He's something. Meanwhile, Solanke's gotten under the end of this ball. It's poor. What do you expect? How's that not a foul? Yep. Chalobah's fouled Nemeka here, and it's an opportunity for Leeds to dump one into the mixer. I think this is something that they've been looking for, probably part of the game plan, of course, to be dangerous, cause some chaos in the box. Chelsea, not necessarily the Premier League's best at defending from set pieces. Gruev on the – oh, wow. Chelsea's line very high. That's a header right at Rob Sanchez there from James Justin. That would have been spectacular. That would have been the goal of the season if he scored a header from top of the 18-yard box. Tactic executed well there from Chelsea with the high line. It's worked. Perhaps they'll notice. Oof, Gruev comes in, crunching into Coleman Palmer there. Welcome to the game. And now Andre Santos has gone down. I missed it. Production was showing a replay. Is it sack of potatoes or has he been kicked? I missed it. Here it is. Hey, he steps on his toe. Yeah, it's a sore one. And here's Cuckoo. Let's get it across. João Pedro. Wow, that was interesting. Ampadu. He's there for Nemeka. Oh, Cuckoo cons the referee, or he thought he did. He thought he'd won the con. Unfortunately, it was unsuccessful. And James Justin bemused, to say the least, on that one. Clear touch from the Head and Shoulders man. No, they got it. Yeah, it's a clear touch. It's a clear touch from the Coochie Ray Ray. All the way back for Darlow. Chelsea looking to press high. Leeds comfortable so far. Leeds definitely comfortable so far. Probably had about half the ball, I'd say, which is more than I expected. But I've mentioned before on this channel that I don't think Chelsea are as good as they think they are in the build-up. That's a great nodded on header on for Brendan Aronson, and Josh Acheampong fouls him twice, actually. Yeah, and gets the yellow. Yeah, I think that's actually right there. I actually think that's right. Because when Aronson got past him here, he pulls him back. That's the first foul. And then he's kicked him. Yeah, I think you got to get a yellow for that, unfortunately. I think you got to get a yellow for that one, unfortunately, old Josh Achampong. Newcastle all over Spurs, like you might have expected. Another corner here, in swinger from Bruno Guimaraes. And it's another opportunity as well for Leeds to get one right. In swinger for Newcastle to the back post. You got to be ahead of me, Texas. I think you're ahead of me. Unless you're calling the one, unless you're saying the one just now for Aronson was a penalty. You might be ahead of me, brother. We shall see. Interesting highlight on these free kicks from Leeds. Here comes from James Justin. Back post to right at Robert Sanchez. No worries, Texas. Anytime they come for a Brendan Aronson, I'm going to be screaming as well. I'm looking forward to seeing him in a USA jersey this summer. Well, that's a good ball from Fernandez for Kuchi Ray Ray. Ball across. Oh, it's there, but it's off of Cole Palmer's arm. Definitely off of Cole Palmer's hands. Yeah, he's offsides anyway. Offsides. Offsides in both games. What do you know? Ball rolling again here. Darlow. That's what I'm talking about. Leeds, they start to pass it out and then they'll just hit one. But you got to win second balls. Got to win second balls. It's back and forth. We're playing tennis here between the defenders. That's going to be a foul against Mecca in Leeds. But that's been an interesting battle. Him and Chalaba there. Another corner. Newcastle had 6 corners in the first 17 minutes. They had 6 corners in the first 17 minutes. It's good work. Gusto can't quite get on it. Hey, I think it's going to be a throw for Chuck. They'll look to build here with Chalaba. You can see where Leeds are wanting them to go, but that's good work to pull the pressers one way and then the other. And Achampong's going on a run here. Well done, all the way to Cucurella. And here's Enzo Fernandez. Let's go for the curler. Ampadu charges him down. It falls for Cucurella. Played the second ball out here for Enzo Fernandez. In the corner. That was a poor attempt. They'll recycle with Santos. Here's Palmer. They need to get him far more involved than he's been so far. Here's Enzo out wide. Gonna take on Vogel. Find some space. Here's Palmer. Space for a shot. He finds it. Does not get through the white wall. Brunson goes on a run and he ends up kicking. Santos might be lucky to not get a booking there, and he does indeed. Already 3 bookings in this game. It's been intense stuff like camping. Newcastle all over Tottenham, absolutely all over them. Spurs kick it out, can't win a second ball. Here they come again, Newcastle with Alenga. Trippier on the overlap. Right back to Alenga. Gonna get the cross in. There it is. Yeah. Hey, and yet another foul. One now this time. Fouls are stacking up here for Leeds. Enzo wants a card. Of course he does. Alenga to take on Jed Spence. He's gonna try to go around him. No one helping his man out, and Newcastle still have it. Now Chelsea also an opportunity here with free kick to maybe make something dangerous of it. It's looking like Leeds holding the high line as well. It's been a fun 20 minutes in both games. Newcastle giving it a go. The 3-point lane. Leeds giving as good as they're getting at the bridge. It's a good turn from Harvey Barnes. What is Enzo Fernandez going to conjure here? They're just going to try to change the angle here, not even hit it in. How have you not marked up João Pedro after all that? Good grief. Lucky he's terrible. But after all that, nobody sees João Pedro because they're trying to get him off sides. Interesting. Somebody's got to mark up. Somebody's got to still make sure. Got to win the second one. Oh, what a touch from, I thought it was in for Aronson there from James Justin with the outside of his boot there. Chelsea are doing well to find Gusto. He seems to be the opposite side of the Leeds press. And I think Chelsea are at times done well to find him there, but they don't play quick enough. They haven't played quick enough once they do find the space. It's been a lot of backwards after these kinds of passes. And it's a good vertical ball there from Santos. And Palmer will be taken down. Bernal will now get a yellow card. And they're racking up here already, 22 minutes into the game. One ball there, beating the whole midfield and causing Leeds to run at their own goal. You never want to be doing that. Very tough to defend in such situations. Simmons in for Solanke here. What a penalty after that one. Goes down in the box. More now frustrated at Stamford Bridge. Of course you're going to get a yellow, bro. Of course you're getting a yellow. Are Chelsea going to actually go for a shot or something here? This time, or are we going to change the angle again and try to do something weird like they did last time with that same opportunity? Oh, yeah, you got to let Cole Palmer hit this. You got to let Cole Palmer hit this. Where's Dominic Szoboszlai at? Let Cole Palmer have a go. Absolutely got to let him have a go. Palmer walks away. See, what is this? Change the angle at this. You kind of hear some jeers and some whistles from the crowd at there in London. Well, they're both games are in London, aren't they? In Chelsea. Tries a vertical ball there. Doesn't come off or leads forward. How is Palmer finding all that space? It's a good ball for João Pedro. He gets it across and he goes for the shot. Is he going to be off? Is he offsides? I don't think he is. Couple of vertical passes, and Chelsea open the scoring at Stamford Bridge, and that's all it takes, people. That's all it takes, just a couple of vertical balls. And it's 1-0. Leeds were doing good work there. But now it's all to do for the away side. This is a fantastic pass here. But Palmer, once again, finding some pockets of space. And then João Pedro makes the run out to end. That's a great run from Chelsea forward. Calm, Little dink there for the goal. 1-0 to Chelsea. A little bit against the run of play. Little bit against the run of play, I'd say. Yeah, Darlow's not going to be excited about that. Not going to be excited about that. And I think that's been a little bit the story. If you've watched every minute of Rossinior's Chelsea, that's kind of been the story a little bit. They're not necessarily dominating games and being the best team, but they found quality in a number of moments consistently, actually. Um, you know, and I think when you got guys in form, you can definitely rely on your quality. I think that's good work. Good work with the vertical passing from Santos and Palmer, of course, with the assist. João Pedro with a nice finish. Meanwhile, over at 3-point lane, they look far too happy to let Newcastle have the ball. Spurs do. Danny Byrne with a cross that went over everybody. Ooh, that's good work from Simmons. Yeah, Texas, I'm a little disappointed as well. I was really back in Leeds. Hey, long way to go. Long way to go. And they're looking like they're going to have to. Are they changing something? They're giving notes? Maybe not. We're back rolling again. 1-0 to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Leeds have not won enough of the second balls here in the last few minutes. It's a great pass into James Justin. He goes for the back heel. Cuckoo's live. It's a header across. A little bit of chaos in here for a second. It's up. Who's going to win the second one? Ampadu and Enzo up again. Gruev goes up. Actually turned out to be a good ball for us to now. Chelsea can look to build here, perhaps ease a little of that pressure. Always said first five. First five after scoring a goal is very important. Oh, that's good. One-touch stuff. And once again, Palmer's in acres of space behind the midfield. He's going to go himself with the shot. Ooh, Palmer, that's selfish, brother. That is selfish because it was poor. It's only the right choice if you absolutely smash one, and he didn't smash one there. Leeds are going to have to press. Commentators saying they're leaving themselves open. Well, they're going to have to, man. They're down the goal. It is what it is. I think Leeds are going to be just fine in the league this season, so I don't think they need to worry about not getting scored on a whole bunch. I think they should go for this. They've already beaten Chelsea 3-1 this season. They already wrecked Chelsea once this season. So they should definitely have confidence. The one goal shouldn't dent their belief at all. I think they've played just fine. Leeds haven't necessarily created much per minute, but I think they're far from done here in this one. They got to have their eye on these vertical passes because when Enzo and Andre Santos check back to the defenders in build-up to try to get the ball, Cole Palmer is drifting into the pocket, into the space behind it, and there's a gap between the defenders and the midfielder. I think they got to work that out. They got to sort that out. For sure, have to sort that out. Here's Ampadu. Now for Bogle. Some vertical passing. You love to see it. Good work there from the number 2. We're now down the side. Cuckoo's going to slide. Oh, Cruyff does so well. That's a handball. That looked like a handball on Chalobah to me. We'll see the replay. Here's Ampadu as VAR goes to the check. And Bogle's still down on the halfway line. Metcha, rather. Well worked, though, from Leeds. Good response to going behind. Yet another corner for Newcastle. Oh, he stepped on Mecca's foot. That's a sore one for sure. That's a sore one for sure. We're now showing some space, some pace. Cruyff turn makes flipping Cuckoo go down like a sack of potatoes. And we'll see about the handball here. Nah, it's off Chalaba's knee. Nowhere near a handball. Nowhere close. He's bottoming in there for Harvey Barnes with some space. Going right at the Spurs defense. It looks like a bad injury for Odebear. Even Anthony Taylor is worried. He bounced us off of Harvey Barnes there. Oh man, that looks like he's like stepped on it weird. That could be bad for Odebear, man. And Spurs injury problems could be going from bad, from really awful to really, really even more awful. Chelsea doing well there to Carlo to just have to smash it clear and get rid. And now Chelsea will be perhaps feeling a bit comfortable, able to maybe express themselves with a little bit less pressure, but I certainly expect Leeds to have their say still before the end. Caicedo hasn't been in this one much, but I think the tactics to create that pocket for Cole Palmer have been good. You can still see him kind of roaming in that area. He's been decent. João Pedro's going to be offside for like the 8th time day, of course. Spurs players gathered around Odebear. It looks bad. That looks really bad. "15 minutes left in this first half here for Leeds to maybe get an equalizer before the break." Chelsea actually doing well in the press, causing Leeds to hit it long. And they haven't really been able to find anybody on the long ball for the knockdowns, as is their wont. So far, despite Leeds' energy and some of the good moves they have done, I think Chelsea will be very, very happy with how things have gone so far. Caicedo launching one long. Munson forced to head it out by Esteval. Chelsea will just look to maintain this calm period of possession. Oh my God, Odebear's done. That's a good back heel from João Pedro. Palmer, dude, what is Cole Palmer doing? What is he doing? That was what? I'm crazy. I'm shocked Palmer has not ripped that one into the back of the net there when the space opened up. That was interesting. Vertical passes right through the midfield have been devastating for Leeds. For Chelsea, here. João Pedro trying to get something creative there. Off balance. Rossinha claps. Not necessarily. Probably would have been offsides, I think. Nope, it probably would have been. He was on. Oof. It's looking like Mateus Tell's going to come on for Odebear at 3-point lane. João Pedro, meanwhile, I don't think he knew. Maybe he didn't know he was on. Maybe he was just a little bit off balance there in that one. Chalaba playing well so far. Header back there for Robert Sanchez. And while I'm not Chalaba's biggest fan, I think he has had a couple of improved performances of late. And then, of course, singing his praises, he passes it right into nobody. Collects here with Darlow. I'm getting all their names mixed up. Here is Barnow, and the goalkeeper's name is Darlow. Here's Gruev trying to get something going. Chelsea in their shape very well. Keep hits it long. Who's up? Just headed wide there to Guerrero hit down the line. Who's going to win the second ball? Caicedo in there to clean it up. Does well. Chelsea fans appreciate that. But now Leeds will look to get the press on. Sanchez just keeps it moving. Enzo's had some moments higher up the pitch, but I think Leeds in these kinds of shapes done well. Palmer coming all the way back here for to run around for a second and then run away. Well done. That's good work from Sanchez. Aronson having to work hard. Like I said, Chelsea have indeed done well to find the opposite side of the press a number of times. And it's just gained them about 30 yards of territory here. And they can slowly ease their way forward. And then there's the vertical ball to Palmer behind the lines. You can see the game plan from Chelsea. It's been very obviously executed. Oh, the run was there from Aronson. If Vogel could only find them behind Chalobah in space, he's unable to do so. We throw in. But the run was there from the American. Long throw from Ampadu incoming. He's got it too. He's definitely got it. Got to get under the first ball, though. Somebody has to flick it on. Somebody's got to flick it on here. Barnow not quite winning that hitter. Gudmundsson, that's up. It's going to be a 50-50. Cole Palmer's going to make him. Nope, out of bounds. It's been all Newcastle. One-way traffic. One-way traffic, man. Oof. Leeds need to find a little bit more, perhaps a little bit more risk in the build-up. That's where they've had their success. The chances they have created the couple today. Roseneuer seemingly has worked out that Leeds are overloading the one side in the build-up, and nearly every time they're Chelsea are finding the switch. And they've worked it all the way for Cuckoo here. Santos, Palmer one touch, Enzo to the byline. Not good enough, and it will be out of bounds. For a goal kick. I was going to say Spurs with a rare foray forward, but I think they're lucky to get the foul. It's going to be a foul. Leeds a little bit gut punched, perhaps a little bit stuffing knocked out of him after conceding. Definitely thought they challenged in the first 15 minutes or so. I think Aronson needs to curl his run a bit more so that they can't get that pass behind him, because they've already recognized that he is responsible for charging the goalie and marking Achimpong, and they've been passing it by him every like 4 or 5 times. Just some recognition. He needs to cut that angle off. Fast break here for Newcastle. Anthony Gordon. Spurs able to get back into shape here as Chelsea trying to build. Esteval still running, showing some strength. A little bit too much there. Leeds can hit it clear. Who's going to win a second ball? Gusto alive. Well done. Chelsea fans appreciate it. Head and shoulders here for Santos. Back to H&S. And Chelsea comfortable with the possession in these areas right now. They'll be more than happy to just wait for their opportunities. Keep the ball. See, when they press like that, where Aronson doesn't activate on the goalkeeper, it's much more effective in making Robert Sanchez hit it long. And then they can win the second ball as they've done here. Here's Aronson. Got to keep it. Got to keep it. Way American dwells on the ball there, I should say, and Chelsea come away with it. They're working wide here with Gusto. Enzo to play Gusto in. That's a great run. They're going to get there to the byline. It's the ball over. But it is indeed over, João Pedro. And here's Cucurella out wide. James Justin marking him close. Enzo Fernandez keeps it ticking. Santos with the balls through the lines all day long. He's definitely using that vision to find the pass. Achimpong for Gusto. Inside there for Esteval. But it came very narrow. Enzo always making himself available in the build-up. He's gone backwards a lot of the time. It's definitely gone backwards a lot. Once again, finding passes. Now Esteval can run at Rodon. He slowed him down well. Esteval goes alone and hits it well wide, but it's a good D from Rodon. Important tackle there from Botman on Jed Spence. It's good D from Rodon. Allows his team to get back, close off the angles. What can Leeds find here? Anything before the end of the half? We're a couple of minutes from kickoff in couple of minutes from kickoff, I should say, in the West Ham United Man United game. Napoli and Como have definitely kicked off. It's like Everton are up on Bournemouth as well. I think we're going to switch from the Newcastle game as they've scored. Joe Willock, 1-0 to Newcastle at 3-point lane. Maroons saying 3-point collectors. We shall see. We shall see. Newcastle have definitely been the better of the two sides. Now they're up. Now they're up. Is he on sides? Is he on sides? Napoli Como still 0-0. That's a great finish from Joe Will. Get some space here for Bogle. Reverse pass. Oh, I'm not sure Justin was ready for it. Not sure Justin was ready for it. And I'm going to switch over here from Newcastle and Spurs to the Napoli-Como game on my second screen. And we'll just keep an eye on old Fabregas. See how his men are doing versus Napoli and Antonio Conte. Oh, I like that away kit from Como. The black and red. I like that. I like that. About 15 minutes deep in that one. Chelsea have won the second ball here as we're into second half stoppage time. Esteval to go at. Indeed not. He's going to go back for Chelsea. Looking like they're going to just play it around here. Santos is the one looking for those balls through the lines. Enzo doing well, but then gives it away to the Mecca, who also does well. I think that was a foul. I think there was a foul in there at some point on old Enzo Fernandez. Napoli pressing forward here. There's a shot. Como keeper well behind it there. And I think Leeds are just going to make sure they don't concede again here in this first half and regroup. Texas says Spurs in relegation territory. Crazy work by Spurs less than a year after winning a European trophy. The crazy part about Spurs is the fact that they have not fired Choo Blood. Thomas the Frank engine still there is what's crazy. What's up, Kanish? Thanks so much. Love for the love. Glad you're here. Glad everybody's here. Make sure you're smashing up those likes. I certainly appreciate it. Chalita looking for João Pedro here. Here's Cucurella. Minute left at the bridge, but that's going to roll out of bounds. Oof, it looks cold. It looks cold in London. Every single shout, you can see his breath. And as we just tick down here, we will switch right over to West Ham and Manchester United. Yeah, that'll do it there. Halftime, Chelsea 1, Leeds 0. And I believe United. Hey, wait a minute. Almost clicked away before that happened, and it'll be a foul. Oh, Esteval's pushed Rodon into the boards there. It's going to be halftime. Doesn't look like any other action is going to be taken, and we'll switch over to the hair game. The David Moyes Derby. What else can we call it? The Wet Spammers versus the Red Diablos. Ball wide here for Napoli. Into the box. And we have a corner kick for Terry Flewers. The man Jared Bowen. Resembling the Football Terrace legend. Go subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing. What is Man U doing? Is that purple or is that black? I think those are black pants. In swinging from Jared Bowen. Le Mans has been such a huge signing for Manchester United. Here in the 5th minute, he's been such a huge signing. Le Mans. And if as you were for United, as far as the lineup, I'm thinking Luke Shaw, Martinez, Maguire. Castellanos has been the surprise package for West Ham up front. Casamigos in the middle. Then you're getting a start today. There's Bumo. Wambasaka working hard against his former club. Of course, Kobe Mainu and Fernandez. Looking like down low. Como standing up strong so far. But they're under pressure in the cup. Handball. Yeah, it's a handball. Swings his arm around and blocks it. Somerville in a good run of form for West Ham. Ahmad combining with Bruno here. He looks to play it forward. Here's Cunha. West Ham giving a lot of space there in the midfield, making him go backwards. However, here's Kobe Mainu. And you looking to control some possession here. No foul there. Jared Bowen. Casemiro on him. Bumo comes back in. Not sure that's a foul. Somehow they've combined to win the ball back there. That one was interesting from the best CDM in the world. And Brian Bumo. Luke Shaw, the Crypt Keeper's uncle. Not a good ball there for Bruno Fernandez, who points his thumb to the sky anyway, in appreciation. Rasmus Højlund screaming at somebody with his hand in front of his mouth there for Napoli. It looked like they had a free kick opportunity. Meanwhile, here's Diouf for the Wet Spammers. There you go. West Ham could potentially go level on points with Forest should they shock the Uniteds of Manchester today. Jared Bowen combining with Fernandez. Once again, Bowen in the center of the park. Finds Diouf on the opposite side. West Ham fans applaud. Somerville tries to find him. Dalot in the way. Jakey. And again. Cuts inside. There's the cross. It's flicked. Milan's not happy. The cross comes in, but he knows it was going wide. Able to just watch it. Can't let the cross in, though. Cannot let the cross in. That would have been spectacular if that flick had gone in the back of the net there from Jared Bowen. Would have been spectacular. Good for a die getting the start for Fabregas in the cup. West Ham not pressing very high here after Man U played through him one time. And Maguire will just take the territory. So too Martinez. There's the ball in the channel for Bruno Fernandez. Flag stays down. He's going to loop it up the goalkeeper. Flag will be raised anyway. Good work from Como to keep the ball here. Yeah, Bruno's having a good season. Bruno's having a good season for sure. I think now that he's been freed, the whole squad has been freed. I think they're definitely looking good. Bowen, always challenging. The click on from Castellanos goes out of bounds. And now West Ham pressing, causing Maguire to hit it long, but they're gonna commit the foul. Come on. Come on. You're better than that. Oh man. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. We're 11 minutes deep in London, West Ham nil, United nil. 25 minutes deep in Napoli nil, Como nil. Coppa Italia action in the quarterfinals. Fabregas versus Conte. United not necessarily pressing high as a team. Very easy to pass it around Bruno Fernandes, who's running the furthest man forward. Well done from Diouf. Also, Kobe Mainu on the interception. Referee says, play the advantage. Ball over the top for Buma. All the way to Hermanson. Fernandez has some space with the quick throw. Only 3 in front of him, though. Jared Bowen working here on the wing. The kid pops. Axel Disaster in the lineup for West Ham. All right. Somerville cutting inside. You can't let him shoot. He goes for it. Lemons with the save. It's chaos in the Napoli box. Como clears. Good shot from Somerville. One for the cameras from the Malls, but he's got to make it. He's got to make the save. And make it he does. Corner kick to the home side. Well, just get over. Couldn't you? Suchek. First time here for Potts and now Somerville. Deuce to get the ball across. Need away from Dalot. We're trying to keep it. Does well for Luke Shaw. And then Casemiro will play a good pass into Bruno. Mavropanos does well to cover. Fernandez seems to be the one in build-up, and United not necessarily looking to press them high. That's horrible. I think it's Milenkovic in goal for Napoli. But Como do well to keep the ball a lot of the time. Here's a die. Thought I think he's a good player. Fabregas do well down in Italy for sure. Kobe Mainoo's always under pressure. Fernandez with an arm in the back there on Luke Shaw. Can't believe it. Definitely a foul there. Definitely a foul. Ball over the top here. Como went high here. Nico Pass has just been taken out. He's up on his feet again, however, and he'll receive the pass again. Cuts in, goes for the shot. I think it was deflected. Corner kick. Meanwhile, United have the ball here with Fernandez. Menu. Ball over the top. I think he's on sides. Cunha here. Fleck does stay down. Goes for the no-look pass like an idiot. Diouf easily intercepts it there. That ball went out of bounds. Nope. I was wrong. It's Yovan in the goal for Napoli. Lot of people in the box there. Daniel Skip, you're back. I remember you this time. In swinger there for Napoli. Goalkeeper comes flying out. It's a good touch there. Good step from Fernandez. But Manu going on. I think Somerville has conceded a corner kick there. I'm on the Man United game right now, Skip. It's 0-0. I'm also watching the Napoli-Como game. I'm checking the scores to see if the other two games have started in the second half. They have not. They have not. Ball across. Right at the back post. Puts it wide. Yes, indeed. I absolutely love this away kit for Como. It's black and orange. It's fantastic. Mavropanos hits one long into the channel for Jared Bowen. I think he's going to get there ahead of Lissandro Martinez. Indeed, he does. And then he's going to win the foul. Nope. Yep, he is. That was very soft. Luke Shaw, man, you got to be far more experienced. He's got far more experience than that. He knows better. He knows better than all that mess. Certainly does. Jared Bowen's bought that one. Used all of his experience there to buy that one. That's for sure. Como with a little spell of possession. But this is big for West Ham. Can they get something from the set piece? Can they get something from the set piece here? All the way across. Como! Good D in the end from the Napoli man. Had to concede the corner, but it was dangerous there from Fabregas's men. Lamont has it for United. Here is Harry Maguire. Sandro Martinez back for Le Mans. Poor corner kick routine. Nuno looks on, chewing the gum nervously. Oof. It's up. Jared Bowen will bring it down. Does well for Castellanos there. Oh, he does the pass without looking, and Bumo tracking Wan-Bissaka very, very well on that one. Former Brentford man does excellently there. United can combine to keep it out. And they'll pass through the lines well, creating some space in the midfield. Ahmed on the, oh, that's well out of bounds. Well out of bounds. And I expect these other games may have kicked off in that second half. Let's find out. Let's find out. Here's Kobe Manu in the middle. Tackles flying in. And indeed, we're back underway at Stamford Bridge as well. I'm going to try to get everything sorted here. All right. Actually can get all three of them going. I got all three of them going, people. I did not expect to be able to do that. But here we are. Bruno Fernandes on the corner kick. Another short one from United. Oh, and Como almost scoring on the end. Jarrell Hatto's come in. Oh, almost through there. United making hard work of it here in possession. It's a long one from Casemiro. Dalot's not going to be able to get to that. And what can Leeds conjure here in the second half? What can they manage? There's a penalty check in progress in Napoli. Ball over the top here for Malo Gusto. He's going to get there. There's Munson on him. He's just about. Can't let him cross. He's got some space. He's going to go at the D here. Falls for Palmer. And now Caicedo. Here's Jarrell Hatto back for Santos. Going to run through. João Pedro's going to be the first one there. Gusto coming in. What did he get a hit that first time? It's a ball across. Somebody was offsides in there. They're back underway at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well. 1-0 to Newcastle still. João Pedro ends up being the one that's offsides there. Chalobah's been decent today. Wins that one. Man, you win it back high. Oof, good tackle from Axel Disaster. West Ham try to combine to break there. Rodon does well on Esteval. Meanwhile, here's Brendan Aronson. Here is Gruev. Oh, it was a penalty. It was a penalty. Max Perrone steps up in Como. 4 hits in the cup for Como to take the lead. He looks to the referee. Referee blows his whistle. Step, shot, goal! Como 1-0 from the penalty spot. My man getting in on the back post. And it's 1-0 to the visitors in the Coppa Italia. Como and Cesc Fabregas taking the lead. Ball on the line here for Esteval. Goes all the way back. However, does the Leeds man. Lucky Napoli conjure down a goal. 5 minutes to go, half. Esteval with the shots. Oof. Oh, and Napoli giving it away very high once again. A shot from West Ham, get it wide there with Somerville. It falls for Suchek. He's going to play it wide to Wan-Bissaka. Ball across. Johnson will win it deep. Sato goes out for a corner kick. It's got to be a Leeds corner. Yep. Good call. What can West Ham conjure with Somerville here? You can hear the Leeds fans getting excited. Bruno Fernandes with the switch to Bumo. Meanwhile, James Justin, arm raised. It's got to be a good service. There's a ball, doesn't beat the first man. Aronson will head back to see if Leeds can conjure something here with Bogle, and now Aronson again. Chelsea just find their shape, force it all the way back for the goalkeeper who will hit it long. Got to win a second ball for the first one. Texas. Yep, Man United have not scored. That's right, bums. Really conjured anything dangerous in the first 30. They're in the 28th minute there. 53rd minute for Chelsea and Leeds. It's still 1-0 to the tune at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Likewise, Como 1-0 over Napoli. Nico Pass with a great turn there. Good D from the Napoli midfielder. Left back, however, I should say. Center back, I should say. Esteval skips away from Gudmundsson. Gruev tries to step across. Gusto for Caicedo. Back to Esteval. Doesn't get in the quick cross. Falls, luckily for Palmer, but the shot does not get through three Leeds defenders. Caicedo, of course, hunting, hustling to find the rebound. And Chelsea with a little bit of pressure here as the Chelsea fans applaud their main man in the midfield there. Oh. And now Como have committed a foul in a very dangerous area against Rasmus. Opportunity with 2 minutes left. Oh, that's poor from the referee. West Ham just deep into shape against United there. Sandro Martinez trying to get something going. Look like we're getting some subs for Leeds. We're now coming off. It's getting heated in Italy. Very, very intense. Meanwhile, Okafor has come on for Leeds. And I think they're going to switch to their 4-3-3. They do the same thing. Marching for progress. I think the penalty. But yeah, I think that Leeds have gone to a 4-3-3. We've seen them do this before when they've been behind. Jared Bowen working hard to try to dribble out, and he'll win the foul against Luke Shaw. Is that a penalty? It is indeed. Rob Jones points to the spot. Says it's a push in the back on Buell. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of complaint from the number 15. No penalty in Napoli. It is a penalty for Chelsea. Long ball from Sanchez. João Pedro gets in behind him. Oh, my God. That's so soft, though. I mean, João Pedro goes down so easy there. Oh, yeah. I mean, Rob Jones can't do anything. They're never overturning that in a million years. Pin, for sure. Like, what are you doing, homie? And Leeds have hit the implode button. This corner kick should be all that's left in the first half of Napoli and Como. Meanwhile, cast box for West Ham. Cole Palmer steps up. And scores 2-0 to Chelsea. And Leeds only had themselves to blame on that one. A simple long ball over the top results in a João Pedro dive. Goes down like a sack of potatoes, but he's always going to when you put your arms in his back. And it's 2-0 to the Chouse. And you can't say they haven't been the better team, unfortunately. Oof. Great pin from Palmer there. Great pin from Palmer there. I think we might have to switch focus, people. We might have to switch focus here, people. Might be getting away from the men from Leeds. Self-destruct button. Absolutely. Oof. West Ham working hard. That's for sure. And I'm switching. It's halftime in Como. Oh, knock that one off so that my internet isn't working so hard. We're going to move things around here, people, as we're switching focus from Chelsea to Manchester United in the all right. Still 1-0 to Newcastle. Got our eye on that one, of course. Simon Hooper not happy there with Harry Maguire. Brendan Aronson working hard still, as always. Tommy Titi at the London Stadium. That is half decent there from Bello. That's right, people. We switch focus to the Man U game. I got the sound on for the Man U game in my ear here. I was listening to Chelsea, but now that they have gone 2 ahead, based on what I've seen in the first hour there, I don't think Leeds are going to be able to come back. And it's 1-0 to Como in Napoli in the Coppa Italia quarterfinal. Can Conte's men conjure anything at all? They have been, for the first 20 or so minutes, they were the better team, I would say, Napoli. But then, of course, Fabregas's men got on the ball. Chelsea, it's a scramble in the box there. Terrible from Enzo Fernandez. Terrible from Enzo Fernandez. Here's Harry Maguire on the ball, combining with Martinez. Martin is trying to play through the line as they try to get the rotation right. So far, West Ham playing well. It's Kobe Manu. United certainly patient in possession, in build up, looking to be expanded. Brendan Aronson down the line here for Leeds. Just forced back. And Drew Abdu here. He's going right at the heart of the defense. Oh, crossfield pass. Doesn't come off. But Leeds will try to build again as United come down the side here with Luke Shaw. Commentator giving West Ham the props. For the decent display today. People. Hernandez over the top for Ahmad. Might have been a handball. West Ham fans certainly think so. United game's in the 38th minute for me. Cunha through the legs. Kick Bowen does well on the defense there. Arms folded, but he won't be too disappointed so far with what he's seeing. Meanwhile, Pedro Neto's come on for Esteval. Nope, that's Newcastle who has. What game am I watching? Aronson's still working hard for Leeds, as always. You love to see it. Ampadu for Bogle. You have to say Chelsea have been well aware of the tactics Leeds have tried to employ with the way Bogle's been narrow. Now Okafor has come in. They've changed it up. I think Chelsea adapted well. Ball in the corner, though. Who's going to get to the second one? Bogle. That's a pen. Referee. Rob Jones points to the spot. And Leeds might have a lifeline. Leeds might just have a lifeline. Chalba. Rob Jones shake head. But you win that second ball high. And it causes all kinds of danger. And it's not done yet at the bridge, people. That's just as clear as the other one. Definitely just as clear as the other one. Foul on Caicedo. Should be a yellow card, too. And it'll be a penalty for Leeds. Of course, they'll check it. Of course, they will check it. Looks like it's immediately. Leeds might just have a lifeline. You have to say West Ham have played well. They've certainly played well. Somerville putting Dallo under pressure. Dallo stands up. Now Castellanos. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Who's stepping up for Leeds? Is that Nemeka? I think it is. Well done for Fernandez. In for Luke Shaw. He's got some space. I'm out on his left. Here's Ahmad. Goes for the shot. Caicedo did indeed get booked there or was Palmer booked? Rob Jones is writing on his card. And here comes Nemeka versus Robert Sanchez. Ooh, what a penalty from the number 14 for Leeds. He smashed it home. Robert Sanchez, no chance. And it's 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Hold your phone. He's got a cannon. What a goal. What a penalty kick. The Leeds. Oof. Can Leeds come back? Throwing a lifeline from Moises Caicedo. Supposedly the best midfielder in the league. Oh my goodness, Spurs have equalized 1-1. Archie Gray in the 64th minute. 1-1 at 3-point lane. And it's all happening, folks. It's all happening. 20 minutes left at the bridge. 30 minutes or so left at Tottenham. West Ham maybe looking to play it around here and conjure something with 2.5 minutes there left in half. It's a good ball through the lines. Potts popping up. Here's Somerville. He's got Diouf on his left. He's going to jinky and come inside. Out from Mavropanos. Into the channel for Wan-Bissaka. Cunha's behind him. Defending well. Tracking well. Ball into the corner here for Leeds. West Ham with some good possession. Stringing a few passes together here. What can they conjure? And at halftime, we're We're going to switch back to the original settings. We'll finish out the Chelsea game and Tottenham game, and then we'll finish out the others. It's been a good stream. Thanks for being here, people. That's 4 from Mavropanos. Cunha, got to play quick, bro. Fernandez out wide on the left. Going too slow. West Ham have just been able to get back into their shape. Disassy stretches. Goalkeeper able to collect. Pressure relents. Leeds believe now. Certainly believing now. He's won the throw. Looking for here. Castellanos working back. No foul there against Ahmad. Hooper waves the finger. Almost in the first stop time at the London Stadium. Leeds feeling it now. Pressure. Here's Luke Shaw. And Newcastle United. We're doing at the beginning. If I can get my computer to work. Of course, Peacock's going to make me watch a ad before I get the game on, but it is 2-1 for Newcastle. Joe Willett arguing with. Is Bogle just going to find his way through here? Is that a foul? Is that another pin? It's in the back of the net. Oh my God, it's chaos. It's absolute chaos in the box. What in the world has happened? And Rob Jones is giving the goal. Utter chaos in the box. Utter chaos in the box. But Rob Jones is giving the goal. VAR are going to have a ton to look at here. Going to have a ton to look at here. Let's take a look. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Bogle. Okay, nothing wrong with this. Bogle tries to come in. Nothing wrong there. And then that's going to be a penalty. That's or no. He plays the advantage. Oh wow, what's who in the world? How? What's? Oh wow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're going to give. I'm not sure what VAR is going to do here. I have no clue. I have no clue what VAR is going to do here. But the decision on the field is goal. It's a shambles from the defense. And as it stands, it's 2-2 at the bridge. As it stands, it's 2-2. Goal confirmed. 2-2. Game on. 2-2. Game on at the bridge. Oh my goodness gracious me. Game on at the bridge. Holy crap. I told you Leeds had something. I told you Leeds had something for the Chelsea today. 15 minutes and stoppage time to play, people. And wow, game on, people. Game on. Wow, what a sport. What a game. And I flipped it over. I thought it was done. I flipped over to the other games. I started looking at the other ones. Leeds said, hold my beer. Leeds said, hold my beer. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Great ad for Premier League 2. If anyone can find the 2 from 2 shots, says the commentary. Hey, you're going to be 100% efficient. That's all you need, baby. World Chumps 2, Leeds 2. Come on. Come on, Leeds. And right after, not to mention Texas, it's 2-1 Newcastle over Spurs. As soon as Spurs leveled, Ramsey, about 2 minutes later, goes ahead and puts Newcastle back in front. So right now, the hate along successful. Even Man U are dropping points, and Como's winning in Napoli. I mean, been a good day for the Arsenal hate alongs. I'll tell you that much. The hate along right now is going well. Colomwani across. Oh, that's a good foul. We'll just call the goal kick anyway. Pressure little length. Can Leeds go on and win it? Can Leeds go on and win it? That's a great battle there from the Mecca. 4 touch the Renzo Fernandez. Okafor's going to be able to win it off of Malo Gusto. Goodmanson goes forward ahead of him. Okafor all the way. Hits Goodmanson. Goodmanson was off sides, but holy crap. The 4-3-3, the switch to formation from Leeds has caused Chelsea all kinds of issues. Caused them all kinds of issues. Leeds always battle so strongly in the middle of the park, man. Always battle so strongly in the middle of the park, Leeds. Malenga and Ramsey off. Murphy and Tonali on for Newcastle to see it out. 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes total at Stamford Bridge. Fofana and Liam Delap about to enter the fray. Just so I don't overdo my internet, we're going to see out these 2 games. And then we're going to make sure the scores are right in the other 2 games. I'm not going to switch to those games until these are done. And therefore, my scores might be wrong from that. I guess I can keep an update on my phone. I'll keep an update on my phone, people. Thanks for being locked in. I appreciate it, of course. British still have one stadium. Napoli have probably kicked off their second half. So I will do it. How does the Frank engine? How do you still have a job? Bournemouth ahead away at Everton, and equalized. It's 1-1. Napoli and Como. Meanwhile, Pedro Neto trying to work it for Chelsea. as my internet struggles with how ambitious I have been today. Hato! Last ditch tackle. Last ditch tackle. There. But be a corner kick for Chelsea. In swinger from Enzo Fernandez. Urgency from the home side. Here it comes. Good header away. Here comes Burse. Kolomwani. Great D. And Tonali can take it away. Meanwhile, it's Palmer to the byline. He will win the corner kick. Enzo Fernandez, as you were, in swinger. Crowd the box. It's a wrestling match in there. Be big! Oh my God, did that hit Liam Delap the face and it's just gone wide? Oh my goodness. 8 minutes at the bridge, 78th minutes at 3-point lane. Yeah, Liam Delap doesn't even get close to that one. Doesn't even get close to that one. What a tackle. What a tackle from James Justin. Poor touch from Hato, but that's a fantastic challenge from James Justin. Good player. James worked hard today. That's for sure. Booster all the way back. Look it long. João Pedro does well. It's cleared all the way to Palmer. Ball to the back post. That's not what was required there. And held up from the Mancunian. It's a ferocious battle. Spurs in Newcastle. Tackles flying in. A lot of energy still laid on. Guimaraes screaming at the referee. What else is new? Mecca's going to come off here for Leeds. Here comes Danny James. Probably going to come in behind. We'll go forward. We'll switch positions. Who's going to win this one? Fafana's up. Pedro and Delap trying to combine on the second ball here. Pedro Neto comes flying in from behind, gets the ball down the right-hand side. Cut, Jinky, cut back to the left, cut back to the right. Scissor, cut move, back to the right. What are you doing? All kinds of madness. Guster finally gets the ball in. No nonsense, but it's away. Here is Chalaba. Over for Palmer. Shot from Tell. Forces a corner kick for the Puyo Fito. While Palmer just the ball away here to James Justin. Who wins the been good, James Justin. Been good. Been good. I still remember the screamer he scored lesser. Oh, Anthony Gordon has got a breakaway here. Is he going to get there in front of Vicario? No, he's not. That was close, though, for Newcastle. Ball's up there. Dan James putting it back up. Who's going to win the second ball? Okafor challenging. James Justin just gives the ball back to Chelsea. And Simmons fouls Murphy there. Martel, I should say, fouls. Here comes Ampadu for Leeds. A lot of space, a lot of time to cross. The post, it's too. Chelsea can't be given up, though. Chelsea cannot be giving those crosses up. To do right. And it's as we expected, tightly tested. Leads has worked wonders. Daniel Farco. Looks like he's winning a tactical battle at the moment. Juana under pressure here. Fernandez will hit it long, trying to find João Pedro in the channel. Comes off his head. James Justin forced to put it out. Dominic Solanke versus the world here for Spurs. Finally, the rest of his team comes to help. All across. 2 in the the curler from Pedro Neto almost finding the back post there. You cannot let the crosses in. Just as Chelsea can't let crosses in, no, neither can Leeds. Check in on the other scorers. At the have gone at Spurs as it's right at the defense. Here's Palmer wide. Oh, why'd you slow down? He slowed it all the way down, but he's going to go to the side. Justin doing well there just to push him wide. Jinky left, right, back and forth. He goes ways across the way. João Pedro just puts it wide for the goal kick. On just Archie Gray in some space for Spurs. That's going to be too close to Mr. Nicholas Pope. 5 minutes there at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Dan Bridge not a fan of yesterday's very not interested. Here's Wesley Fofana now. Fernandez coming all the way back. Macedo slowly brings it forward. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Ball the back post. Perfect ideas. David Simmons is one at high that's though for Spurs. Archie Gray wide. Meanwhile, Okafor. Good tackle from that. So yeah, trying to get it down the line for Archie. It's only out of Spurs end to end. Spurs put a late pressure on. Can Ampadu launch the throw in for Leeds? Well, some chaos here in the 90th minute. It's in the box. Chalobah was underneath it. He's been very good. Trevor Chalobah has been very way back to goalkeeper, and that's been great. I think the left was on the second ball's going to fall to João Pedro. Ruev, given him grief. Robbie Jones says play on. We're about in the stoppage time. Fofana will collect this here. 6 minutes to find a winner at the bridge. Finale rolling around on the floor. Here's Pedro Neto. Double teams. Dan James working hard, doing the defensive duties. Caicedo. You gotta get close. Gotta get closer. Pedro Neto with another curler to the back post. It's gonna be a point kick for the home side. As laid on, Joe Willock will depart. Come on, I will come on. So to Asula for Anthony Gordon. In swinger for Chelsea. Couple of headers to get it out. And Hato, Bacon, and Jinky as well. And now here's Pedro Neto back for Hato. Gonna get the cross in. João Pedro does end up underneath it. Off the post and behind. Time slipping away for Tottenham. 2-1 still to the tune. Hands on head for Rosenyor and many of the Chelsea fans. Ball's up. Who's going to win the second one? Caicedo brings it down for Pedro Neto. Tries to go past Gruev, who will put it out for the throw in. 4 minutes remaining at the bridge. Of course, people, as soon as these are done, will switch over to the United game and, of course, the Como Napoli game. West Ham 1, United 0, says Texas. We will be there very soon. I'm going to take his word for it and go ahead and switch up. Service from Caicedo. The lap's in there. Only as far as Chalaba. Liam Beal with the shoulder with him. Manchester United. They'll lay it back for Caicedo. Time just slipping away. Only as far as Chalaba. It's Caicedo with the ball across. Defense, it's cleared, but it's not out. And it's Caicedo once again, 94th minute now. Through to Caicedo, ball across. Oh, he's missed hitter. And Cole Palmer. Oh my God. End of the season. It's the worst miss of the season. The worst miss of the season. Great work from Gusto. Oh God. That's horrendous from Cole Palmer. That's absolutely horrendous from Cole Palmer. That is Romelu Lukaku Lukaku style miss from Colom. That's crazy. That's crazy. It should be 3-2. It should 100 has let them down. Cole Palmer's let them down. Still a minute to go. A lap with a poor touch. And forced to clear. 4 minutes left at Tottenham. Gary Simmons. 35 seconds at the bridge. Oh my God, bike from Pitt. Oh goodness. Hey, he doesn't even touch him. Doesn't even touch him. Sean Longstaff can't believe it. That's a huge dive from. Oh wow, Nicky Mendoza. Huge dive. Talking about Junior Krupe not pushing it. Last I looked, it was 2-1 Bournemouth over. I'm with you. And this will be all she wrote. What can Chelsea conjure? This is it right here. Pedro Neto to curl it in. Away. For him today. I absolutely knew Leeds had something for Chelsea. Yeah, nothing there in that one. And that's it. That's got to be it. Less than 2 minutes for Spurs. They're doing well. And the dude will punch it. And that'll be it. Bottled the 2-0 lead. And Leeds, like I thought, had something big for Stamford Bridge. Well done, Leeds, says Gunner. Absolutely. And now Peacock's going to make me watch an ad about Sensodyne toothbrush before we can switch over to the Man United West Ham game. It's 1-0 the Hammers. 58th minute. So wins the ball here. Fernandez. Here's Suchek. For Spurs, and we'll switch to Napoli for the end of that game. Spurs fans in the exits. 20 seconds left there. Archie Gray hits it long. Balls up. That's got to be it. Anthony Taylor. It's going to give Spurs one more opportunity here. Gets a time of extra time. Ball in the box. Should be it for Spurs. It is indeed 2-1 to Newcastle. Spurs in the pits. Chelsea draw as well. Successful. The hate along is going so well, people. The hate along is absolutely going to perfection. As we'll get Napoli and Como up here on the iPad. It's 1-1 still. 20 minutes to go for Fabregas. Can Frank really be sacked considering he had an injury crisis? Gunner, they're backing him. They're backing him, brother. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. All right, the first minute of Napoli and Como. Appreciate everybody being here. I'm just, my computer's really struggling as we get. All right, people. All right. We'll just preside here over the last half hour of the day's action. I appreciate everyone being here. Absolutely. All over the top. And I'm wondering in the Coppa Italia, I think it might go straight to penalties in the Coppa Italia. What can Manchester United do with this free kick here? West Ham holding the line to the top of the box. Shaw hits it to Maguire at the back post. Bumo for Ahmad for Bumo. Castellanos working really hard here. Fans appreciate it. He's still running, hustling, harrying. Speaking of Harry, he's kicked Maguire. And Manchester United will get the free kick. Very difficult to win your first 5 games of a season. Seemingly Nuno has worked out the Mikel Carrique system, and it's going to be tough now. Going to be tough now to get that 5th win. But of course, we love this game, and anything can happen. Horrible from Bruno Fernandes. Falls for Asensio Somerville. Fernandes is doing way too much there. Amad Diallo wins it off of him, but Axel Disaster with the clearance. Meanwhile, Como have won it high here. What can they conjure? Give that ball. Oh, the pass was on into the channel. Appreciation from the left back on the run forward, marauding forward. Oh! Ball across from Kobe Manu and Casemiro. The offsides. I think the goal is going to be given, but Casemiro not celebrating yet because he's not sure if he's on sides or not. Nope, he's going to be offsides. Casemiro's going to be offsides here, but that's a fantastic cross from Kobe Manu for Casemiro, who puts it in the back of the net. He thinks he's offsides. You can see there. He's not sure. I think he's off. I think he's definitely offsides here, Casemiro, and it'll remain 1-0 to the Hammers. But it's a shot across the bow for Manchester United, and you have to think, West Ham, you cannot let the crosses in. You can't let the crosses in. And Antonio Conte's made all of his subs in Italy. No more subs available for the Napoli coach. He's clearly offsides. He's definitely offsides here. Yep, DAR is going to confirm what I've been saying for the last 3 minutes in the London Stadium cheers. But it is a warning shot. It's a warning shot to the Hammers. Good run, though, from Casemiro. It's a good run from Casemiro. Good step from West Ham. Texas, I understand it's not an attractive job, but Ryan Mason would bite your hand off for it. And I've been hearing that Pochettino might be set for a return after the World Cup. That wouldn't bother me at all. That wouldn't bother me at all if Poch was the one. Bowen takes a shot, gonna win the corner. West Ham are very, very happy, very excited about this one. It would be a massive, massive victory for West Ham, and for tonight they would be level on points with Forest. Forest, of course, in action on the morrow. And here comes all the big men forward for the wet spammers. All in the box. All in front of Le Mans. What can they conjure? In swinger from Bowen. Wan-Bissaka will just hoof it in. That's a great touch from Casemiro for Bumo. Oh, that's a poor touch. Fernandez on the cover does well. That's good work. Overcooked from Fernandez for Diouf. Yep. Very, very close. Oh my goodness gracious. That's so close. So close to being onside there, Casemiro. It's going to be a long 30 minutes here for West Ham. Got about 13 minutes before we reach extra time or pins in the Coppa Italia. Actually, I think I'll look. Does the Coppa Italia go to extra time or straight to pins in the quarterfinal? Not interested. Straight to a penalty shootout in the Coppa Italia. If they draw as they do now, still 12 minutes for either side to find a winner in Napoli. But big up Fabregas and his men for an absolute incredible season, man. He's going to be hot property in the summer. It'll be interesting to see if he stays. And here's West Ham. Ball's up. Maguire does very well. Very well. The veteran header down for it. The other veteran, Mr. Shaw, for Fernandez. Back to Shaw. Ball across. You've able to head clear. Dalot does so well down for Bruno here. Souček follows Casemiro. Runs into Cunha. That's a great challenge from Jared Bowen. He's going to try to run it up the line here, and he's won the throw in there for West Ham. That's well done from the captain. That's absolutely well done from the captain, and the fans applaud in appreciation. Feeling like Harry Maguire is going to be coming off here for Lineiro. Jesus Rodriguez there for Como. Looks like a handball. Referee says nothing doing. Napoli can look to play out Como's swarm, but he gets through it. And now it's a break for Napoli. Osman's offsides. Definitely offsides. Flag stays down. Scissors left, right. Cut, shot. Great D there from the Como man. That's great work from Como. That's great work. If we see Como in the Champions League, man, Como are definitely playing Europe next season. Como and Fabregas, if he's still there, and Nico Paz stays there, they're definitely going to be in Europe next season, and they're going to be a team, man. Probably Europa League. I think last I looked, they were 6th in Serie A. So maybe Conference League. Now Callum Wilson will come on for West Ham. Place Tati Castellanos. Callum Wilson had one foot out the door. Contract almost terminated, but a resurgence and a revival. 4 wins and 5 for West Ham. 20 minutes away from a 6th and 7 for the Hammers. Good hold up play there from the winger for Como. Referee's letting it play on. And that will definitely be a foul. Meanwhile, Kobe Mainu on the ball. Sandro Martinez, West Ham more than happy to sit in. Try to hit on the break. Fernandez booked for wet spam. Nico Pass coming off for Como. Seriously, that's wild. That's wild. Wouldn't you think you would want to take a penalty? I guess Fabregas going for it. Vovolda coming on. Meanwhile, Stello for Ahmad. 1v1 with Diouf. He's going to go around him. He's going to get around him to the byline. Referee points to a corner. Looked like a bump in the box there from Diouf. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Ahmad goes down really easily there, but it will be a goal kick. Checked and cleared by the VAR. That Ahmad goes down a little bit too soft there. Once he realized the ball's gone. I think that's about right from the referee. And of course, they've mentioned the homie about the haircut. Not done yet for Manchester United here. Here's Potts in the center with some space. The West Ham fans really appreciating the work their team's putting in today. Ball across. Como looking dangerous. Snap, cut, Jinky. Jinky to the right, cut, shot, save. Holy crap. Fresco hits one off a disaster. Oh, what a save. That was going top bins. What a save from Volvan in the Napoli goal. And Sesko hits it off a disaster and then off of himself. What a disaster that was. 20 minutes to go. Roughly 7 minutes plus stoppage time here in the Coppa Italia. According to Jim and I, we'll be going right to pins. It's across to the back post. That goalkeeper is flipping huge, though. Got to win a second ball, Wan-Bissaka. He does not listen, and the ball will come down for Ahmad here. Jinky and dancing and turning and whatever in the middle of the park there. It'll fall for Ahmad. Puts it back out for Bruno. Around the outsides of the defensive formation. Napoli almost making it through there. Last-ditch tackle to take it away from Spinazzola. Here's Liniero for the first time. Bringing it forward. Trying to keep the pressure on for United. Here's Bumo. Sees a little bit of space in front of him. Somerville close it down. Callum Wilson just on. Full running. Little dink there from the Butcher for Lucas Shaw. Jared Bowen gets back quickly. West Ham doing well in their formation. Finding the right moments to press. Danny Potts gets a little bit too excited. Good touch from Potts. Wilson will win this ball. United keeping the pressure on here, winning a couple of tackles. Casamigos, ball post, not far enough. You can put it out. Man, you Turning the screw a little bit here. Ooh! Right idea from Casamigos. Not good enough for Bumo. Five minutes in Napoli. Como looking to build. Into the center. Good D. Good D. Triple team there from the Napoli men. And they've won a throw. Well done, Como. Well done. I really like it, man. I like the way they're patient, the way they play the ball around. Jared Bowen's going to get on the loose ball here. Fast break opportunity for West Ham. Only Callum Wilson ahead of him. He will use him. He cuts inside. Lissandro Martinez goes back out to Jared Bowen. He's going to go to the byline. And Martinez does very well to win that. Luke Shaw can bring clear. Well done there from Mavropanos to win it. Woof. Disaster almost gives it away. Indeed, does give it away. And Kobe Mainu can start the break here with Bruno Fernandes. Just allows West Ham to get back into their shape. Buma with the run across the line. We'll come to it. And now here is Casemiro. Bruno just keeping possession. Here's Liniero looking over the other side. Skips Dello. Ahmad. Vertical ball for Seshko. Turning shots. Hermanson right behind it. Good save. Into the channel there. Wilson won't be able to get there. West Ham looking to make history. Pulled this one out for a fourth win in a row at home to Manchester United since, well, I think he said 50 years. Ball into the channel for Luke Shaw. He's going to have time to get a cross in. Jared Bowen retreats. The ball's up. Boomo! Not the header he was looking for, and it will go out for a corner kick. Excuse me, goal kick. We're in the 77th minute, people. Just enough. Doof. Napoli winning it high here. Como doing well to force him back. Minute and a half plus stoppage left in Napoli. Callum Wilson does well. We'll bring it down here in behind the midfield for United. Jared Bowen, so too. Casemiro and Kobe Mainu combine well to win it. Kind of slow and methodical here for Manchester United down a goal. Of course, we've not seen this United team have to grind out from behind a goal versus such a defensive team. Cunha's in here. Wan-Bissaka, well done. It was actually Bruno Fernandes going to the channel on the underlap and Wan-Bissaka getting back for the last ditch tackle. High five with his former teammate there. Liniero right down the pipe. Here's Bumo. Wide for Ahmad. Diouf comes quickly. Bumo on the overlap. Good exchange. Dallo puts it up. Jared Bowen will get there in front of Casemiro. Maybe an offsides on the former Real Madrid superstar. Como doing well. Winning it high. Ball out wide. 1v1. Overlap. Ball to the back post, and it's going to be a push. Going to be a push. on Politano there. 4 minutes of stoppage time in Napoli. It's looking like we're going to see a penalty shootout in the quarterfinal of this Coppa Italia. The winner will go on to play Inter Milan, if I'm not too mistaken. Ten minutes to go in the London Stadium. Diouf and Potts off. Scarles and Magassa on to see it out. Ball's up. Euro has absolutely slung Callum Wilson down. Simon Cooper says Callum Wilson had even bigger hold of him. Nothing doing, but it will be a West Ham throw. Joshua Xerxes getting his final instructions from Mikel Carrique, about to enter the fray. Como certainly looking the more likely, but as we know, Napoli concede possession and look for counters. 2.5 minutes before penalties in Napoli. First touch from Magassa. It's back for his fellow substitute Scarles, now for Somerville. Only Wilson ahead of him. That's good work from Scarles down the line for Somerville. Leniero stands him up. Fallow with. Here's Scarles. In some space. A left-footed ball across to the back post. Jared Bowen was shaping up. Only out as far as Wan-Bissaka, who puts it back across for Asensio. 1v1 with Dallo. Jinky. Cut back to the left, back to the right. A yard of space. Suchek. It will kick Luke Shaw right in his dome piece. That, my friend, is a foul. That's great D from Como. Oh, he's giving it right back to the Napoli man here. Referee almost in the way. Cross to the back post. Here's Politano. Cut to the right, back to the left, push, ball in, sliced away. Corner kick for the home side. Meanwhile, it's Leniero and Casemiro here for Manchester United. The Butcher bringing it forward. Fake. West Ham don't want to press. Here is Bruno Fernandes and now Ahmad. Back for Kobe Mainu. Going to be an in-swinger for Napoli here from Politano. There it comes. Goalkeeper's out. Como do well. Kobe Mainu through the lines for Casemiro to the byline. And it will be a goal kick. Well done from the substitute on the defense. Looks like Fabregas is discussing his penalty kick options. It's in there. It's up. Who's going to win it? Kobe Mainu is your answer. 83rd minutes. Time up in Napoli. You would expect. But here's Luke Shaw coming forward. Bumo is going to bring this in. 1v1 with Scarles, the substitute. Cut to the left. Gets the cross away. Seshko's in there. Zassi with the cross. He's having a good game. Having a good game. It's going to be a free kick for Como in a dangerous position. Or actually, no, he'll be able to clear, and that will be most likely full time. Wilson and Bowen just making United hit it. There it is for Bruno Fernandes. Now Liniero. Here's Bumo. And Fernandes. Ball through the lines. There's Shesko. Good D. And there's Fernandes for West Ham. Not too much there. And it'll be a foul, though. He's very lucky. very lucky to get that one. I think he'd done too much and given the ball away there. And that's all she wrote in Napoli, people. We're definitely going to penalty kicks in the quarterfinal. Kind of odd that Fabregas is taking Nico Pass, his best player, off. Romelu Lukaku looks absolutely gassed. Vergara for Napoli in the 46th minute, right out of halftime. Batrina from the spot in the 38th minute for Como. Thomas Socek at the moment has the winner for the Wet Spammers, who are playing with renewed vigor and life down at the bottom of that table. Here's Scarles. Diouf will hoof it long. Wilson to put Euro under pressure. He's got Bumo for company. Now we'll go to Lamons. Hey, that's well done from the Butcher. A Cruyff turn that leaves Bowen on the deck, but then he's just played it right out of bounds. 5 minutes to go in West London. That's a great turn from Lissandro Martinez. Oh my God! Commentators talking about Leo Messi. It's one turn. Jesus. Whatever. Ball's up from Callum Wilson. Souček's going to win that header. Not going to get past Martinez. That's a foul, referee. He will play advantage here with Scarles. He's going to hit one long. It's over the top for everybody. Oof. West Ham play Leeds on the final day. That could be massive. Although Leeds, I don't think are going to be in any danger. I think they'll be just fine by then. Great draw at Stamford Bridge today. Leeds taking 4 points off of Chelsea this season. Bowen all the way through for Callum Wilson. Limons is going to get out, however, alive to it. Very good from the Manchester United goalkeeper as we see Fabregas giving the speech. Not bad. Ball across. It's too far for everybody. Are we going to play it? No, I thought well. Yeah, he's reading off names, Fabregas. Time just slipping away for Manchester United. Yeah, absolutely love to see it. Adama Traore about to enter the fray for the Hamas. Gutez in the net for Fabregas's men. They come together. Come on, Como. Let's go. And you would love to see it. You would love to see it. The Como men making it into the semifinal of the Coppa Italia. Bumo into the box. Cuts to the left. Curler. It's up. Oof. Come on, West Ham. That's right, Texas. Come on, West Ham. Can we complete the hate along today? Leeds are points off Chelsea. Newcastle beat Spurs. Como have an opportunity to win and go to the semifinal in the Coppa Italia. And of course, West Ham leading Man U. But it's a corner kick here with Bumo. It will be an in-swinger. There it goes. It's deep. Hermanson does well. Punches it past Ahmad, who will get it back out to Bumo. But Jared Bowen's working hard. Cincio is not going to get there. Ahmad. And that's once again right behind Hermanson. Hammers fans applaud with aplomb and enthusiasm. Here's Magassa in some space. It's a good ball for Wilson. Souček will hit it into the space for Jared Bowen, who's going to get there. Sandro Martinez with him. He wants to hold it up and keep it. Ahmad does well on Wan-Bissaka there. Didn't know he was coming. And now the break's on for Xerxes. And now Ahmad, that's so well done from Mavropanos for West Ham. That was a very important challenge. 88th, 89th, I should say. West Ham going to waste some more time here with the Substitution, Asensio Somerville coming off for Mr. Adama Traore, the man of the hour at Chelsea, going down Kuchi Rere. And here we go. First penalty for Como versus Vremya in the net for Napoli. Ref blows the whistle, steps up, puts it home. 1-0 to Como. This is his wrist. Yeah, that's a good penalty. That's a good penalty. Adama Traore has entered the fray. Who's getting tossed to Mars today? That is the question. The coach on Fabregas is right, losing his mind after they score the first penalty. Fabregas didn't even react. It's Butez in the net. Looks like Politano will be the first free kick, the first penalty kick taker for Napoli. Casemiro wants a foul. Meanwhile, we're into the 90th minute. Manu, Xerxes. Here's Lisandro Martinez. Politano steps up. Scores 1-1 in the penalty shootout. And we got 7 minutes to go. And Callum Wilson will break. He's got Magassa with him. Is he going to go himself? Oh, wow. Liniero all the way with him. All the way with him. I think Callum Wilson may have played this earlier across the box. Liniero does really well, though. You have to give him credit. Yeah, you have to give Liniero credit. I would take in the shot maybe a touch earlier for Callum Wilson, but that does really well. Second Como pin taker steps up and scores 2-1 to the men from Como. And Mateus Fernandez will take the corner kick for West Ham. 6 minutes left at the London Stadium. As Romelu Lukaku steps up for Napoli. Outswinger doesn't get past the first man. Magassa puts it back in. Callum Wilson knew he was outside. We'll just put an elbow into Le Mans, trying to hold it up. Here's Luke Shaw. 5 minutes and 1/2 more minutes. Down from Bruno Fernandes for Xerxes. Down the line for Fernandez. Wan-Bissaka retreats. Here's Xerxes at the top of the box. One-touch pass. Only Souček underneath it. Walker Peters as well. And now here's Magassa on the break. He's going to go past him. He's going to go right past Lisandro Martinez. Passes it to Adama Traore. Cuts to the left. Takes the shot. Xerxes. Another last-ditch tackle. And Romelu Lukaku is missed. Donkey Foot himself puts it wide. Donkey Foot himself puts it wide. And it remains 2-1 to Como. Conte can't believe it. Let's go. Let's go. Minutes left. The Como man, who's already scored a pin today, steps up, shoots, and scores! 3-1. 3-1 to Como. Frenia almost got there to that one. The goalkeeper for Napoli is absolutely flipping huge. Yeah, he almost got there. There's a great penalty in the opposite corner to what he did in regulation. 4 minutes left for West Ham to hold out. Butez in net for Como, doing everything he can to put off the Napoli man. Who's the third taker for Napoli? Spinazzola. Oh my God, how has Xerxes missed? How has Xerxes missed? Even this lady in the crowd, you cannot let them cross. That's what they're doing. Oh wow, just missed from Xerxes. Disaster does just enough. Oh wow, goalkeeper doesn't even move. Goalkeeper doesn't even move, just wide. Meanwhile, Spinazzola has made it 3-2 in the penalty shootout. 3 minutes to go for West Ham. The foul referee. Wan-Bissaka down the line, no one chasing. That's the number 2-3 for Como, stepping up in the penalty shootout. Here he comes forward, takes the shot, it's saved. Oh, that's a terrible penalty. And now, breakaway for Callum Wilson to finish. And Lamons denies him, but he's offsides anyway. It's a very poor penalty from the Como man, Perrone. And a good save for Vranja, keeping Napoli in the game. 2.5 minutes now for United. Fernandez still working hard. Very, very important kick here for Napoli. Here's Bruno Fernandes. Meanwhile, 2 minutes to go in West London, or in London, I should say. Bumo, ball across. Oh my God, what a goal from Benjamin Sesko! What a goal for Manchester United. Napoli man steps up, shoots and scores 3-3 in Italy. And it's another late goal for Manchester United. West Ham can't believe it. And it's 1-1. You cannot let them cross. You cannot let the cross in. And what do? Oh, what a touch from Benjamin Sesko. What a goal. What a goal. West Ham capitulate. Meanwhile, we're down to the 5th penalty in Italy. Como man steps up. And it's a good penalty. It's 5. It's 4-3 in the shootout. Pressure's on. Here's Adama Traore coming forward. Finds Scarles out wide. Back for Nunez. Back for Scarles. 30 seconds left in London. Here's Adama Traore. Going to go at Bumo. Xerxes for company. Casemiro comes in. Great tackle from the Brazilian. Xerxes wins it. Elmas will be the penalty kick taker for Napoli. Pressure's on. If he misses, Como through to the semifinal. Butez doing everything he can to put him off. Meanwhile, it's Ahmad with a break. Into the box. Ball across. Wan-Bissaka is there. He's had a good game. Here comes Elmas. Steps up. Jinky step. Shot into the back of the net. It's 4-4 in Italy. And we will go into sudden death in the penalty kick shootouts. Simon Hooper looks at his watch. Walker Peters will let this one trickle out. And that's got to be it. That has to be it, you would think. Shake of the head from Nuno. And Diego Carlos will step up for Como, the 6th penalty taker. Steps up, shot, goal! Advantage Como. Goalkeeper can't believe it, and that's all she wrote, my friends, in London. Man United do not get the 5th win. Save the draw at the last with Benjamin Sesko after the Thomas Souček goal for West Ham. Not good enough for either, really. And now all we have left, people. The goalkeeper is going to take the 6th kick for Napoli. What? Vanya steps up, the goalkeeper, to take the 6th kick in the penalty shootout for Napoli. Butez versus his counterpart here. What a beard for the goalkeeper from Napoli. this to keep them alive in the game. A miss, and Como are through to the final. Here he goes. Shot! And it's off the bar and in! Oh my God, Butez can't believe it. What just smashed it home. Rasmus Højlund smiles. Sigh of relief for the Napoli man. He's absolutely ripped the cover. Oh my God, it's going off the bar and hit Butez in the back of the head and into the net. The Como goalkeeper can't believe it. And we're still level. We're still level in the shootout. Next Como man up. Referee blows his whistle. Takes the shot. Sends the keeper the wrong way. See if we can't get some volume here. No, actually, I can't do that. Don't want to get copyrighted. Never mind. Never mind. Good penalty, though. Good penalty, though. As he looks on to his goalkeeper. It's been a good day, though. Been a good day on the watch-along. United drop points. Chelsea drop points. And the Spurs, the fried chickens, are really and truly fried. As Leeds have now leapfrogged them in the table. West Ham falling at the last. Here's the kick. Rolls it in calmly from the Napoli man, Gutierrez. And only Romelu Lukaku and Homie have missed in this one so far. And we go on in the penalty shootout. West Ham definitely should have won, Texas. West Ham definitely should have won. Got to give Šeško credit. But West Ham didn't cover on the crosses. Got to get close to the cross. Can't let the cross in, and that's what they did, and that's why they lost it. Como man steps up, rolls it in calmly. Sending Vanya the wrong way. Teammates celebrate. Pressure back on Napoli. Well taken penalty. And each Como taker to score looks to his goalkeeper with an applause and a come on. Antonio Conte does not look excited on the sideline there. It's the 8th taker. Number 68 for Napoli. He's going to get a shorter run up here. Ref blows his whistle. Takes a step. And it's a save! Como are through to the semifinal! Fabregas's men go on in the cup. Look what it means to him. Look what it means to him. Butez with the save in the end. And the fairy tale season for Como continues. What a save from the goalkeeper. It's not a bad pen. It's definitely a good save from the Como man to send his team to the semifinals. I believe they're playing Inter Milan, if I'm not too mistaken. And what a game. What a match. What a day of football it has been. Fun stuff. Fantastic stuff. We knew Leeds had something for Chelsea. And I did have an inkling. There was the thought that perhaps the wet spammers might do something versus United. And of course they did. Once again, Manchester United leaving it late to rescue the draw. But we will have a look at the table before we sign off for the evening. Manchester United on 45. They were down in 5th, but Šeško's goal has put them back to 4th place with a better goal difference, a worse goal difference, rather, I should say, than Chelsea, but they do have a point advantage now. Chelsea could have gone level with Aston Villa or they could have gone 1 point behind Aston Villa actually into fourth place if they would have held it out. But I knew Leeds would have something for them. I absolutely knew Leeds would have something for them. Newcastle and Bournemouth doing well. Bournemouth closing the gap on Everton up in 9th place. They're only back by 1 goal. Meanwhile, Newcastle have now leapfrogged Sunderland in the table. Of course, Sunderland have a game in hand versus the Liverpool tomorrow, which they will probably win. But be that as it may, Newcastle for the moment ahead of their arch rivals. Meanwhile, Leeds above the Pollo Fritos, above the Chickens, doing well. Now 6 points clear, with West Ham dropping 2 points there right at the end of the game. 6 points clear of the relegation zone, and I don't expect Leeds to be to go back beneath Spurs again. I expect Leeds will be fine. They'll be just fine by the end of the season. I think this is probably about where they'll be, somewhere from 12th to 15th. I think they'll be just fine. Meanwhile, Forest with a big opportunity to draw level with the Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow. Let's look at tomorrow's fixtures before we sign off here. Of course, as we know, City playing Fulham, Aston Villa hosting Brighton. Crystal Palace Burnley is actually a pretty big match for Palace, really. They have to get those points. Forest hosting Wolverhampton Wanderers. You got to expect Forest to win that. And therefore, come on, Kieran. What's up, brother? Welcome here. Welcome. He's going to the Sunderland match. It's going to be a big one. You talking about at St. James Park? Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Definitely going to be a big one. Big win over Spurs. I enjoyed that. Part of the hate along today, Kieran. Very, very good win. Needed win for Newcastle, I would say. After it's been a tough week. A tough week for the two, Liverpool, City, and then Brentford, of course. But that's a big win for Eddie Howe's men down in London. You go ahead and look to the FA Cup, of course, at the weekend. But Spurs, people. Are they going to get relegated? I'm hoping. Man, if Arsenal win the league and Spurs get relegated in the same go, the same season, I would absolutely love that. But yeah, people, what a day in the league. What a day for the watch along. I certainly enjoyed it, of course. The hate along, we might call it, as we were cheering against people today. I would say definitely cheering for Newcastle. Happy that Leeds justified everything I've been saying about them in the week with a good performance at the Bridge. And it's interesting that after Leeds changed their formation to the 4-4-3 and really kind of went for it is when they had the most joy in that game. And sometimes I wonder why Farka doesn't start like that. I've only ever seen him do that when they were behind. Something alternative when they have to go for a game. And it worked. It definitely worked. After that switch, Chelsea struggled mightily. And of course, Coleman Palmer, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay, yeah, he's got 4 goals in 2 games, 2 gifts of a penalty, and then another penalty today, but also a Romelu Lukaku style miss. Romelu Lukaku also missed a penalty today, like straight up. That was perfect. That was amazing. Cole Palmer missing from a foot away. Darwin Noodles style, Romelu Lukaku style, and who he himself missing a penalty in the shootout for Napoli today will be kicking themselves at home too. Napoli. Como going through to the semifinal of the Coppa Italia. I think they have to play at the San Siro, if I'm not mistaken, which that sucks, of course, versus Inter Milan. But hey, if Como beat Inter, I think it's Lazio or Bologna in the final. Come on. After beating Napoli and then Inter and Como, who did Como beat the round before? We did that game too. So, of course, Fabregas's men on an absolute glory run. They're doing incredible this season. You know what? Before we sign off, I want to see where they are in the Serie A because I really want to see Fabregas in some sort of European competition next season. 6th place, 5 points behind both Juve and Roma. But they have a game in hand. They have a game in hand. Look at that. Inter Milan running away with this one, people. Oof, woof. Inter running away with it. It's looking like 5 straight wins in the league for them. And maybe, just maybe, Como have a shot at catching up. Got to win that game in hand, of course. Got to win that game in hand, of course. But anyway, Fabregas having a fantastic season. And if he can stay at Como, who knows what they might do in Europe next season. But yeah, thanks everyone for being here. This has been a wonderful watch along. And the way we approached it today, actually, the last time we tried to do a multi-stream, multi-hub thing, I tried to do all of it all at once. And it didn't really work out. Today, we did it a little bit differently, and it worked out absolutely fantastically. So I thank you for being here. If you've made it this far, go ahead and smash up those likes. It does help the channel so much. Of course, hype it up if you got any of those left. I do appreciate you being here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would be an honor and a pleasure to welcome you to the community. Lots and lots of good things going on here on the Cup Chasers. Of course, get that notification bell on so you know when we're live, when we're dropping videos, match reactions, previews, and all that good jazz. Of course, the preview for Arsenal versus Brentford will be live in the morning and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. East Coast of America time, so that's 11 p.m. in the UK. The Cup Chasers will be live with Nez and my man Asif. We're talking, of course, the Man City-Liverpool game at the weekend, the Cup Chasers derby, of course, we'll call that, between Nez and Asif. And we'll be talking about their games tomorrow. We'll be talking about the games today, of course. And we'll be looking forward to Brentford and Arsenal on Thursday. So once again, thanks everybody for being here. Go ahead and smash up the likes, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. Of course, I appreciate it. And you will see me next time.